Hello and welcome to another video. Right now we have reached the stage where we'll be drawing so-called feliform carnivorans. And feliform carnivorans are the ones that are more closely related to cats than to dogs and the like. So this may just be the favorite type of carnivoran for quite a few of you. I have to admit that I'm more fond of feliforms in general than of caniforms. Well, it happens. We all have our things. So the animal I'm drawing is the most basal, as they say, feliform alive, the so-called African palm civet, long thought to be a type of civet, which we'll encounter later in this series, but actually it is the last surviving member of a more primitive, if I'm maybe forgiven for saying so, because nothing is really primitive, type of feliform. These animals are from Africa, as you would probably have been able to tell from them being called African palm civets, and they are rather notable. I'll have to study my paper a bit. They're rather notable for being mostly herbivorous, and well, they're really obscure animals. I also find them rather beautiful, though they have rather creepy eyes. I've never been lucky enough to see one in the flesh, as have few people. They're rather poorly known and poorly represented creatures in captivity. So I've decided to draw this one on this ledge, sitting there looking all, well, let's say irritated, probably because I didn't want to pose and instead eat from palm fruits, but there you are. Okay, it raises its paw to leave. At least that's its intention. And you know what? Given that I've placed myself in a somewhat difficult position in terms of composition, I'll draw it trying to climb onto or away from the ledge it's on, which happens to be a rather... need to change that a bit. I'll fix that. Happens to be a rather narrow ledge, apparently. Okay, they've also got a very prominent tail, and as you can see, like real civets, they're also rather lean, thin-looking creatures, and they've got prominent spots. So let's do those on the tail first. I'll now, just a sec, I'll now start drawing its spots. I've made its head a bit too big, but hey, it's drawing caricature or cartoon animals, so I think I can be forgiven for that. So let's emphasize the stripe over its head and back. Let me see. Yeah, like this. So we put the shoulder here. There are some stripes in front, at least in the model I used. And these stripes change into spots further away, though they do keep following a certain stripe pattern. Undoubtedly, there is all sorts of variation here. So let's not consider this animal and the individual I chose as my model as the example of how they all look. Wait, no, I did this correctly. Now, apart from being striped and spotted, they're also rather grizzled. So I'll try to draw that effect here. Just adding some markings here certainly makes the animal look a bit more grizzled. Let's try to emphasize the same here. Since I'm drawing in only one color, I have to be a bit creative here. Now, we do have They do have a pallid on the side, so let's emphasize it a bit more by not grizzling them entirely. That would make the belly, let's emphasize it, stand out a bit more for looking less grizzled. Oh, let's not forget the paw. Emphasize it a bit. And well, let's draw a few more spots on the tail, because spots are lovely. Let's give it a colored tail tip. And I think we're about done. So here's my attempt at drawing the African palm civet. I hope you enjoyed watching. Until next time, bye.